Is about books. Okay, I always wanted to talk about this. I wanted to make a video about this for a very very long time, and there are some reasons because I discovered something when I was in prison. Okay, you people, I think many people know this. Okay, I was arrested because of some crime that I did not even commit. But that is a different story. Okay, I was in prison for 6 months, and during 6 months, those 6 months, okay, see, the thing is, when you are in a prison, okay, especially when you are a remand prisoner, the problem is it is very very boring because there is no you are locked up in a room, okay, so you cannot see anything much, okay. At least the prisoners who are going through punishments, they will have a better life because they can go around, they can look at the plants, they can look at the trees, and they can look at the nature and everything, and that will kind of fulfill their need of some kind of exper- some kind of experience, like they need based upon their senses, right? But when I was in prison, the only hope that I had was books. But I could take only like two books at a time, okay, every week. We are not allowed to the library every day. Only once in a week. They will announce it in the mic, okay. Today, if you want to borrow books from the library, you can collect books from the library. So, but I was a fan of books, and in prison, my only hope for entertainment was books, okay. And I even developed a new hobby when I was in prison. Okay, let us keep this prison story aside. Okay, first of all, I want to ask you a question. What is your favorite book? If you are in a prison, okay, and if there is only one book that you are allowed to read, what that book will be? Okay, because I really wanted to know it, and I want to discuss a lot of things about reading books today. Okay, because sometimes reading books can be bad too. Okay, because when we were children, we were encouraged to read books, but the thing is, David Manawa, hello, okay. Hello to the skeptical guy. I like you very much because you are very, very skeptical. And this is the right attitude to have, okay. So, yeah, hi. So, we are talking about books today, okay. Books, first of all, please let me know about one book that you want to have. Only one book. You only have a choice of a book. One book, okay. You're going to be locked up in somewhere, okay. You want to have one book, only one book with you. What that book will be, okay. What book will you choose? This is one question, okay, but I was talking about my prison experience. I will continue with it, okay, because when I was in prison, okay, there was a library. Most of the books were in Malayalam, okay, Malayalam, and I already know how to read Malayalam, okay, because of Surya Gayatri. That is a different story. Okay, because of that, I learned to read Malayalam, but still, okay, reading a book in Malayalam was totally time consuming, and it was like it was making me feel very very tired. But even if I managed to read one book in Malayalam, I felt very very I felt as if I achieved something. Okay, but there is one author. Okay, there is one author who appealed a lot to me when I was in prison. And in prison, I developed a new hobby. I should say I had developed a new hobby of reading novels, English novels. Because when I was in school, okay, tried to read English novels. Okay. In the meantime, please come at your favorite book, and also a book that you will choose when you are locked up. Okay. If you are allowed to carry one book, only one book, what is that one book? Let me know. Okay. So when I was in prison, okay, there was this one book which attracted me a lot. Okay, I think the first book that I read was called The Origin. But first of all, let me tell you this. Okay, Robert Adams' Silence of the Heart. Okay, good. Keep going. Okay, I need more of your comments about all of your favorite books. Okay, I mean, only one book is allowed. David Manova. Okay, please don't think that I will forget what I am trying. Okay, what I am trying to say. Okay, I will keep talking about it. But at the same time, whenever I see the live chat comments, I will respond to that too. Okay, because that is more important because these people are watching me. Okay, so David Manoa is asking, will Durance the story of will Durance the story of philosophy? Will Durance, The Story of Philosophy. Okay. Since I am new to reading it, helps me to contemplate different ideas. I also like, Plato's The Republic, right? Okay, okay. By this, I came to know about certain books because I have never read this book. Okay, The Story of Philosophy. I would like to read it. Okay, you can do a favor by commenting this book in a comment because if I want to if you want to see this live chat comments later, I have to watch the entire video. But it'll be very very easy to see the comments because I think this is a very important video because after all books are the treasure house of knowledge, right? And I'm very excited about this because I received one book that I was looking for to order in courier. Okay, and I already ordered that book twice, but I lost them. I'm ordering the same book for the third time. Please guess what that book might be. Okay, that is another experiment that I'm giving you. Okay, please come up with this guess. So and this person anonymous is commenting, Godan by Premchand. I have never heard of this. Okay, maybe you can give me some details about this. So so as I said, okay, in when I was in prison, okay, I developed the habit of reading novels. But I tried reading novels when I was very, very young in school. I failed, okay, and I thought, okay, novels are not for me because the English is totally complicated. And then I never touched novels for all these years. And in the prison, it is a miracle, right? Somehow I got introduced to the same topic of novels again, right? So. So let us talk about novels. Okay, Premchand Nagari, I already know you. Okay, I think you have already talked to me before. But I am wondering where did you go? Okay, like suddenly you are appearing. I am Premchand Nagari. I know you. I know you very well, but I don't know what we talked about. Have you read Thousand Splendid Suns? Okay, this is getting very very interesting. Okay, it is very very because each and every comment is interesting right now. Okay, because I have never read this book. Okay, see the thing is when you're I have one request for you. Okay, when you're mentioning all these books in live chat, please if you can take your time to comment also because it will be very easy for me to look up those books. Okay, what are your favorite novels? So back to the topic. I was discussing about novels, right? When I was a child, okay, when I was a child, okay, when I was studying in school, I read these children's novels by an author, British author called Enid Blyton. She is a lady, okay, actually, a woman. She has written a lot of novel series for young children, like Secret Seven. Secret Seven is my favorite. I even I lived with those characters. Secret Seven, okay. I even remember those names like Barbara, Janet, Barbara, Peter. Like I don't remember the seven people. Okay, they investigate the crimes in the locality, and then there is famous fight, and then there is adventure series, mystery series. Everything is about investigation. Okay, investigation of a crime. So ever since I was young, I was attracted to investigating stuff. Okay, but okay, okay, thousand. Let me read this comment. Okay, Thousand Splendid Suns by Khalil Husseini. It is based on war times in Afghanistan, life of people, especially women in Afghanistan under Islamic rule and war all around. Sounds interesting, okay, because but I don't know if maybe I will read this book sometime in the future. Okay, I like R.K. Narayanan's Malgudi Days. Okay, when you talk about Malgudi Days, I have not read Malgudi Days, but there was a TV show in Doordarshan. Okay, they were Malgudi Days was like short stories, right? So every week they will broadcast this RK Narayanan's Malgudi days. Okay, it was good. Okay, because this is a separate genre of literature, right? Short stories, right? So yes, I did like it. I enjoyed it, but I did not read days. I watched them. Okay, I like R.K. Narayanan's Malgudi days. Yeah, the same thing. Okay, so I was talking about prison, right? So the author that entertained me much in prison was Dan Brown. Have you heard of Dan Brown? Dan Brown is a best-selling author. In fact, there are movies which are taken, Hollywood movies which are taken based on, which are produced based on Dan Brown's novels. One is The Da Vinci Code, but I did not watch that movie, and I did not even read the book. But the first novel that I read about that I read by Dan Brown's was The Origin. Okay, and then I got addicted to it. Okay, I read Dan Brown novels wherever I got the opportunity to do so. Okay, and I also read Chetan Bhagat's novels as well in library. I have heard the name Chetan Bhagat before, but only in the prison library. When I was in prison, I had the opportunity to explore Chetan Bhagat. He is a wonderful writer. Okay, especially it is. I think a lot of his movies are even made into Bollywood movies. Like for example, One Night in Call Center. Right. I read few novels of Chetan Bhagat, but I just came across a video. Okay, I only saw the title and the picture thumbnail. Chetan Bhagat is discussing with Jaggi Vasdev. That's it. That's it, man. I don't have any other reputation for you. Okay, so that's it. If you're talking to a criminal, okay, let us not talk about him. Okay, let us focus on this topic of okay. Um, Da Vinci Code was awesome. Okay, I think I should read it. Okay, because I only have a ebook, and these days I'm not actually in the mood to read novels these days. It worked a lot in prison, but it doesn't work right now. But I told you one more thing, right? I received a book in courier. Okay, I ordered it twice already, but I lost those copies. I am ordering it for the third time, and I received it in my mail today. Okay, I am not going to show you the front cover, but I'm showing the back cover. Okay, and I'm hiding. Okay, what is written in the bottom? You find out what this. I mean, just guess. Okay, what this book might be. This is a game. Okay, let us play a game. Okay, I like a book that I want to read right now. I want one book because I figured out something. Okay, if you have so many books, you won't read any of them. Okay, but if you have only one book, you will read it for sure. I figured it out when I was in prison because I was able to understand. Okay, when I was outside, I had access to a lot of books. So when you're reading one book, sometimes you will think, okay, I'll just keep this book aside, and maybe I will check another book. It is very similar to checking your phone. Okay, Facebook notifications. There are a lot of things to check in your mobile, right? See, if you do not have any choice, and if you only have one book in your hand, you will read that one book, no matter what this is about. And I observe this in prison because these prisoners, okay, they need some kind of way to get out of this boredom. Okay, for how many hours you can just stay like this staring on the walls. Okay, you may talk to people. Okay, but sometimes it could be problematic as well. Okay, because in prison, not everybody is nice, right? And depending on your personality and your case is very very important in prison. Okay, depending on your case, people will treat you in a different way. Okay, if you are arrested, for example, for a rape, people will like torture you, for example, because there are a lot of people who are arrested in prison for murder. Murder is considered as something noble. Okay, if you murdered someone, okay, this guy is like a don of the prison, at least dawn of the cell. Okay, I killed someone, so it is very very, it is not a crime. According to him, it is not a crime. Okay, because he looks at other people. Okay, somebody raped someone, somebody raped a minor. Okay, so all these crimes are like this guy will be the murderer in the cell will be the moral guide for other prisoners. Okay, in prison the life is totally different. Okay, so I have other comments right now. Since you are interested in crime mystery, you should watch Note Anim. It is psychological mystery thriller. It is the best anime psychological thrillers. Thank you very much. Okay, I will look into it. But again, if you want to help me, you just leave a comment too. Okay, Da Vinci Code is super old. I remember reading that. Good book. Yeah, it is super old, and also yeah. But yeah, this guy Dan Brown is very interesting in the first place. Okay, his novels were very interesting for me. I think apart from Origin, I read. I did not read Da Vinci Code, but I read few other books as well. I don't remember them right now. Okay. Um, yeah, but maybe I can talk about it tomorrow. But I think I read at least 3 to 4 novels. I will try this book, Immanuel Kant's Critique of Pure Reason. It explores the nature of knowledge, reality, and human understanding. Thank you very much. I'll check it out. I have heard about Immanuel Kant, okay, but I have never heard about this book. Um, Chetan Bhagat's writing is in English. Yeah, Chetan Bhagat is his writing is entertaining in the first place. Okay, if you read Chetan Bhagat's books, okay, novels, it feels like you are actually watching a Bollywood movie. Like if Dan Brown is for Hollywood, Chetan Bhagat is for Bollywood. So he's an excellent writer as far as Indian audience is concerned. Okay, he can please Indian audience very much. Okay, so it was, and all stories are about girls, women, boys wondering, how can I understand this girl? Okay, what is going on? Like, it was very good actually. Man, David Manowa message retract. I already read your message anyway. Premchand Nagari. An expensive, okay, Premchand Nagari is back for a very long time. I think he likes this topic for some reason. An expensive fact regarding books. In 1994, Bill Gates purchased Leonardo da Vinci's Codex Leicester for 30 million. Anything special about this book? Because I don't know. Okay. But yeah, I think lot of people are liking this topic very much. So I'm happy to choose this topic for tonight. Okay, so English is a hybrid language that, yeah, I know. English is a hybrid language that blends English and Hindi, commonly used in normal settings in India. It is characterized by a mix of Hindi words, English, and yeah, I know, I am aware of it. Okay, in fact, we also have Tanglish. Do you know Tanglish? Tanglish is the combination of Tamil and English. It is very common these days. Don't worry. So I am stuck in a prison and I want to be strong. I will most likely choose some books in Stoicism to keep myself calm and happy. I will go with meditation by Marcus Aurelius, or the letters by Seneca. Okay, this guy, I think, obviously he's been reading a lot of books. Okay, honestly, then when you people are mentioning all these books, I feel kind of silly. Okay, man, I have not read those books at all. Okay, so maybe I should learn a lot of things from you guys. Okay, so the book by, oh my god, man, I'm very impressed, man, you are reading a lot of books. The book Krishna K by Ashwin Sanghi is very good, just like an Indian version of Dan Brown's writing. Really, I really have to check it out then. Okay, because I like Dan Brown very much. So I will, I think I will love it. Okay, let me check it out. Okay, I think I should watch my own live video one more time to see all these comments, because people are very like, people seem to be interested in reading all these comments. But did you figure out an answer? Okay, I asked you a question. I received a book in courier today. Okay, that is why I talked about this. And maybe it is, you cannot guess it at all. Okay, you cannot guess it very easily, because the reason why I picked up the book is because of my own personal experience. It is not about, I will give you a clue. Okay, give us a hint about your book. Okay, yeah, I'm giving you a clue. Okay, the books of this category, okay, For example, there are books about driving, right? Driving, how to drive properly. It is about how to learn a martial art, okay? So these things, first of all, it falls in a very very narrow category, okay? Only few people will be interested in reading this book. It is not a spiritual book. It is not a novel. It is not a fiction. It is not about science. It is not about biology. It is not about any of the sciences. It is not a scientific book, okay? One clue: it is not about science. It is not a religious book, but it is related to the topic is related to one of the important religions in the world. That is one clue, okay? Try to find this out, okay? Wow. How did you? Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, but okay. Now let me ask you another question. It is about, you are right. Okay, it was surprising for me that you found out. Okay, it is about a Sanskrit learning book. It is true. But what is that book? Okay, because there are a lot of books to learn about Sanskrit. I even wrote a Quora answer about many books that I liked. Okay, but there is one only one book. I'm really surprised. Okay, you finally caught me. Okay, you find out the answer. Like I don't know. I Please tell me what clue. Like I was talking about a lot of things, right? So did I say anything about language? Oh, you okay? Uh, there is a swan. Okay, this Karan. Okay, I know Karan Sarin. Okay, but did I say anything about language at all in the first place? I was talking about skills like martial arts and everything, right? So it is not like the book about science, book about history in general. But yeah, maybe I think I figured it out because of one comment that I said. Okay, I said it is related to one of the religions, right? No, I recognized the book because I have the same book at home. Okay, I used it for my Sanskrit class X board exam. Really, you really have the same book at home. Okay, so what is the name of the book? Okay, let me tell you. Because this, I mean, are you what language you? What is your native language in the first place? Doctor Potato Head. Okay, what is your native language? What language do you speak? Because this book is not about learning. No, okay, maybe I don't know if it is published in Telugu, but this is in Tamil. Okay, learning Sanskrit to Tamil. Okay, but if what you're saying is true, if you're remembering details correctly, maybe um, see, it is published by Sringeri Sarada Math. Okay, they have published in Tamil. If they have published the same book in Telugu, it is very very good. It is very very good because this book is one of the best books to learn Sanskrit. So I really thought, okay, maybe they should they should write the same book in for English speakers as well. Okay, let me show the title of the book. Okay, this has been my favorite book. Okay, and I chose this one book because sometimes I feel very very bored, and I know that I know very well. Okay, I wouldn't be interested to learn any. When you pick up a novel, okay, once you read the novel, you have to just throw it away. And maybe it will take like 3 days to read a novel. Okay, even if the novel is this big, it will take 2 or 3 days if you're spending your full time in reading the novel. Okay, full time, because that was my experience in prison. Okay, I will finish a novel in 3 days, sometimes 3 days. Okay, why do you like Sanskrit? Because I'm right now, this is a skeptical guy. Okay, I don't think Sanskrit is a special language or anything like that. First of all, one thing is, I'm a Tamil speaker. Okay, Tamil has borrowed a lot of words from Sanskrit, which is true. Second, I grew up learning all these Sanskrit mantras and everything. Okay, so naturally, when I learned because I for many years I thought, okay, Sanskrit is a very difficult language. I can't learn it. I can't make it. But I was very very curious. It is my curiosity. I want to really learn Sanskrit because those days we did, we did not have any resource to learn Sanskrit too. Okay, so I really wanted to know. Okay, what if because it was like for me, I found it interesting because nobody else does that, right? Everybody keeps hearing all these mantras. They keep reciting all these mantras, but they don't understand the meaning. Okay, I wonder why Shringeri Sarada Math doesn't teach Advaita in the Math. Well, I don't really know much about Shringeri Sarada Math except this book. Okay, I know that it is a math established by Adi Shankaracharya. I think it is right. Okay, because there are some problems with that too. Okay, when I look up the history, we don't really know much about Adi Shankaracharya in general. Okay, so many people are claiming this lineage. But yeah, back to this question. Why are you asking this question in the first place? See, I am not saying that Sanskrit has some kind of mystical quality or anything like that. Okay, I wouldn't. I'm not like. I'm not. I'm a very very critical thinker like you. Okay, but still, Sanskrit language interests me personally as a language. Okay, I like the language very much because I was always curious about it. This curiosity, okay, helped me to increase my interest towards this language. What is the one area in Sanskrit in literature which you want to read once you learn Sanskrit? Okay, right now I don't have any plans to do it at all. Okay, once I had a plan. Okay, which was Adi Shankaracharya's commentary on Bhagavad Gita. So this motivated me to learn Sanskrit again because I already started to learn Sanskrit in 2008. That time, my motivation to learn Sanskrit was this. Okay, I really, really want to know what is going on. Okay, because nobody knows all these meanings. Okay, everybody is reciting mantras. Okay, and everybody is reciting all these mantras in Sanskrit. Let me decode it. Okay, let me understand what these mantras are really saying because I need to understand the meaning of something, right? There is no point in reciting something without understanding its meaning. That is how I first started learning Sanskrit in 2008. I bought a lot of books, but I couldn't continue because it was so overwhelming. I felt it so difficult. So I dropped it eventually, okay? See, David Manova, I will continue answering this question, but I have a new comment. I found that thinking about yourself is the source of all unhappiness, and self obsession is the root of all unhappiness. The happiest people live in life when people are okay. You have to rephrase your comment, okay? David Manava, will the translations be generally good from Sanskrit to Tamil or English? It will be good in Tamil, okay? Because Tamil is, even though Tamil and Sanskrit belong to two different language families, still I observe some similarities between Tamil and Sanskrit. The language order, for example, word order. When it comes to word order, see, English is an Indo European language, right? Sanskrit is also an Indo European language. But surprisingly, I observe one thing. Sanskrit is almost the same when it comes to the word order. Okay, word order. For example, aham karyalayam gachami. Aha means I. Karyalayam means office. Gachami is going. You cannot say I office going. Okay, I am going to the office. I am going to the office. Okay, so when you say I am going to the office, the pronoun comes first. The noun or the pronoun comes first. Okay, the verb comes second, okay, going to the office. uh, Office, the object comes last, okay. But in Tamil, na ஆஃபீஸுக்கு போகிறேன். This is the Tamil translation of the same word, okay. Na ஆஃபீஸுக்கு போகிறேன். Na is another word for I, okay. Na Tamil word for I is na. ஆஃபீஸுக்கு means to the office. போகிற means going, okay. And if you look at the same, if you look at the Sanskrit sentence for the same sentence, for the same English sentence, it goes like this: aham karyalayam gachami. Aham means I, karyalayam means office, gachami means going. So do you observe the difference? Okay, I am going to the office. Going comes first before the office, okay. But in Tamil and Sanskrit, office comes first before the going, okay. Aham karyalayam gachami, நான் ஆஃபீஸுக்கு போகிறேன். This is very, very similar, and I don't till now I don't understand this, okay. I think no language experts are talking about this, okay, because all these Indian languages, in spite of having two different families, I agree that they belong to two different families, because Sanskrit based languages and Dravidian based languages clearly have different vocabulary. They are clearly different, and yes, they clearly do belong to different language families. But at the same time, the word order, okay, the word order and certain things, certain other aspects are very, very similar to Sanskrit and Tamil. And this kind of, like raises the question, okay, maybe, we are not very much accurate in linguistics, maybe. Because, yeah, they love something more than they love themselves. Man, see, when you leave a comment, okay, you should be very, very clear, okay. First of all, leave proper spaces, okay. Take care that you don't that you avoid spelling mistakes, so that it is much more understandable by a person who is reading this, okay. Because, okay, let me check the last comment about series, okay. I found that thinking about yourself, Isha shores of all. See, are you talking about Isha Foundation? Okay. Mr. T, what is the topic today? The topic is about books. Okay. It is about reading books and your favorite books. Okay. David Manova. I think there are similarities and differences in any two languages. Sanskrit is more closer to Western classical languages than Dravidian languages. I agree. I completely agree. That is true. That is true. Okay, as I said, okay, when it comes to language families, linguists are very, very correct about this, okay. In fact, Sanskrit is close to Italian, German, like Latin and all these things. But when it comes to word order, see, you have to think a little differently, okay. When I'm introducing a new topic based upon my observation, I know that my observation is very, very, very true. I'm not trying to prove anything at all. I don't have any kind of agenda regarding this, okay. I only share my observation. You brought up a right point, right topic. Yes, of course, Sanskrit indeed belongs to a different language family, which I said before, okay. And Dravidian languages like Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, and Tulu, Kannada, all these languages have a different family. But one thing that I noticed I think it is because of the geographical closeness, maybe. That could be one reason, okay, because even though Sanskrit belongs to another family and Tamil belongs to a different family, but still there seems to be some kind of development that occurred in the North Indian and South Indian languages at the same time. And one evidence to it is the word order, okay, the word order. I think that was my example. So I want to go to the restroom right now. I'll be back in 2 minutes, okay. Yeah, please. I think I like this conversation very much, but I think we should also get back to the topic about books. It is not about Sanskrit; it is about books. Okay, so let us get back to it. Okay.